How's it going, everybody? Jerry.
Hi, everybody. Cindy here.
And this is our channel, Talk It Up with Cindy and Jerry. So we created this channel to kind of give our views, our experiences. We've been together for over 30 plus years. This year is 34.
Yep.
And I have allergies. It's fall. So we figured we'd make this first video just to kind of talk about the general idea of what we're going to be talking about. I think, how we met. How people meet now.
Yes.
The struggles and the mistakes we've made. We currently live in a house up in North Jersey and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But,
coming from big families.
Yeah, different families, different backgrounds, different raised differently.
Raised differently.
I'm from Manhattan. She's
South Bronx.
I'm uptown Manhattan, way uptown. Mm-hmm. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give our
input of how I was dating back when we started dating back in the late 80s, to dating now, to having children.
Yeah.
A lot of different stories, but we've been told before, that we have interesting stories that happen in our families.
Well, you know what it is? It's interesting stories, and people always go, and they think, I think this happens to a lot of people, and people don't realize it. Everything looks perfect outside.
Yes.
Wow, they're going here, they're going there, they're going on vacation.
They don't fight.
They don't fight. They don't argue.
We fight.
We've been together they've been together for over 30 years, but that's not the case. I mean, where we started and where we are is just chapters in our lives.
Yes.
The struggles, the disciplines that we went through to get to where we are, and
the screw ups.
Mm-hmm. Everybody makes mistakes.
Yep.
So if you're checking out this channel, it's really to hopefully, for some of you that are in some kind of struggle, that hey, you can get over it. And
You're not alone.
You're not alone. And for those that are starting out, can you see a future down the road? You could. Yeah. We have our arguments and stuff like that. It's not like everybody thinks. Like, I tell people all the time, like, oh, but you guys always look happy, and yeah, we are, absolutely. It's over 30 years, but we have the arguments. I come home and have bad days from work.
Yes.
So
and I have a nasty attitude. I'm a Latina, so
right.
We are entitled to have our nasty attitudes.
Yeah. So and yeah, we just didn't have a house. We came from studio to a 1-bedroom to a 2-bedroom finally, and then we bought a house. So we did the struggles and stuff like that. Is it harder now? You know what? I was thinking about it.
It is harder now.
The interest
financially.
Well, yes and no. The interest rates are, if you look at it, we bought this house almost a little over 20 years ago. We bought it at 7.25%.
Yes, we did.
We did. Now we refinanced.
Yes.
And we got it down to like 4.25%.
But houses were cheaper.
Yes. Okay. You know what? Yes. There you go. Houses were cheaper.
Yeah.
So
they were a lot less back then. So it made it easier.
So it made it, yes, it made it easier.
Now.
Yes. So now your interest rates are high.
And the houses are expensive, more expensive.
Right. I mean, right now we're in the process of looking to buy another house in Florida we like Florida. We're close to it and stuff like that. But I guess I guess if what this channel is to give you what I see it now. I mean, yeah, we're buying another house. How we're gonna buy this other house? We're definitely putting money to the side and stuff like that.
What mistakes will we make?
Yeah, what mistakes we'll make. So that's what it's about. So you know what? We'll start off by I'm from Manhattan, uptown Manhattan. I'm half Spaniard and half Puerto Rican, born here in the United States, and
I'm from the South Bronx. I'm half Dominican and half Puerto Rican, born and raised in the South Bronx.
So my family's been in the stateside since the 50s. Okay. 55. My mom came here 55, 54. Mm-hmm. My side of the family were very Americanized.
Yes. No, mine is very traditional. I still have family out on the island in Puerto Rico, and I still have family in Dominican Republic too. So
yeah, I don't speak Spanish. I understand it now.
Yes, he does.
I can speak now. I can speak it now. I mean, I can't carry a conversation, but But in the beginning, I probably didn't really speak any Spanish, and I would just, as my friend would say, Jerry just nods his head, you know, just say, yeah. See, yeah. But no, but that's how we were raised. I was raised very Americanized. I guess because my mom came here very young. But even when I went to my grandmother's house and she was here in the city,
And she spoke English.
she spoke English. She
Yes.
rarely spoke Spanish, so
Rare.
she had the accent.
Yes.
But she spoke English in the house. And you know, even when mom visited her, they spoke English. It wasn't like
Yes.
going
My
to your
family,
house.
they all spoke Spanish.
Yeah, everybody spoke Spanish.
Yes. They came later in year. You know,
Right, they came
were
later, but
older.
yeah, but for some reason, yeah, my family got here, and so yeah, I was raised very Americanized. You know, we had rice and beans in my house,
Not the same thing.
but it wasn't the same. Yeah. Yours was a lot more flavor, definitely.
A lot more traditional.
Traditional Spanish foods, Puerto Rican
We
foods.
use a lot more of the traditional spices from the island.
Right.
Yes.
So you know, we have 3 kids. You know, they're spread apart, and we'll
definitely touch that.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into that and stuff
we'll
like
also
that.
talk on the difference. I mean, he comes from a large family.
I do.
I come from
A very
an
large,
even
bigger family.
bigger family.
Yeah. And we're opposites.
Total opposites. I have a lot of siblings. He has
I have 2 brothers.
2 brothers. My family is very, very loud.
My
His
family's
family
quiet.
is very conservative.
Yeah.
He comes from a family of boys.
Yes.
I come from a family dominated of women.
Yeah.
So we are total opposites.
Even dress style, we were totally opposite.
And
you know,
we still are.
I'm 53 this year, so I'm gonna tell you, I was born, you know, being raised through the 80s. I dressed more of a Manhattanite. You know,
Dockers.
I had Dockers, I had slacks, I had the Reeboks, kind of almost like Secret to My Success, Michael J. Fox or Kirk Cameron in those days. That was my dress style. Music, I listen to a lot of different music, but I also listen to a lot of house music. I definitely listen to freestyle, but I listen to British pop and
You listen to everything.
Yeah, you know, we had MTV where I was at, so I was watching MTV. We had a full.
Sensitive subject.
Yes, it is.
I'm totally the opposite. I'm R&B, hip hop girl. I love my freestyle. Definitely got into it. I wore baggy clothes, more of the hip hop dress style back when we met. Big door knocker earrings.
Yeah, so I think, you know, it just shows that, you know, some people think, well, they're not going to make it, they're opposites and stuff like that. And we complimented each other in certain ways and stuff like that. You know, I'm not saying it was easy.
And in the sense of where I come from a loud family, you would think I'm loud, but I'm not. He comes from a very reserved family, but he is not reserved.
No.
He is the loudmouth in the family.
Yes.
In this household. And I'm the quiet one.
Yeah.
When I need to be, I will be loud. But overall, I'm the more tamed person in the house. As to where he is the very animated person here.
I talk with my hands a lot. I don't know, you know. But yeah, I am loud. I don't know why, you know. We're not tall, so I had a friend of mine used to say, you got a Napoleon complex. I'm like, yeah, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. But I don't know. That's how my personality was. I mean, it's a very outspoken, loud character.
Yes.
I can definitely mingle in different crowds and stuff like that, wherever we go and stuff like
As
that.
to where I'm more reserved, I have to feel you out first. That is big with Aquariuses, I've heard. We feel you out first before we open up.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is just a little bit, you know,
But, you know,
us talking about ourselves.
Yeah, so let's on this first episode, let's say how I met her sister first.
Yes.
There was like a group getting together up in Manhattan on Riverside Drive, maybe around 110th Street. I met her sister, and it was a whole bunch of us. We were just meeting up and stuff like that, and
hanging out.
Yeah, hanging out and stuff like that. And then I guess your sister came back and said, "Hey, there was this guy."
She met this guy there. She said, "Oh, you know, you probably like him. He's really cute." He had long hair when first
I did.
met him.
I mean, I got to get a haircut, but it was much longer than
So
this.
she said, you know, he's kind of your type. So I didn't know I had a type at the time, but I guess she knew my type, so he called, a couple times.
Yeah. We
That's
spoke a lot on the phone.
Yeah, we spoke a lot on the phone before he even knew what I
Yeah.
looked like.
But you gotta understand, so this is a time where there's no Uber, so there's cabs. And in Uptown Manhattan, if some of you guys know Manhattan, you got the gypsy cabs, which, they're licensed, but they're just, we call them gypsy cabs. So I literally, if you look at Manhattan, I'm here in Manhattan, and kind of the Bronx kind of comes on the side. So you're almost the same level, but I have to go downtown by train to come uptown to that area of the Bronx.
Yes.
Or, you have to waste money and pay for a cab ride.
A cab.
So, a lot of the conversations were just on the phone and stuff like that.
Yes.
So
but,
then,
we'll get into the story of our first in-person encounter. It'll be an interesting one. That's going to be a long conversation.
yeah. I think the next episode will definitely get into that, and you'll feel the vibe and stuff like that. But I think the biggest point is
no, not stuff like that.
Yeah, it happened.
Like that,
It happened. So definitely look for the second episode. But no, this episode is really just to kind of get the basis of what I think we want to bring to the table. It's just, how we did our lives in the 30 years that we're together, and the mistakes, and how we tell our kids. Of course, they're gonna make mistakes.
Yep.
I think there's a lot of craziness in the world, but I think if you have a path and you try to stay on that path, you can get through the chaos.
Yes. That's what makes us human.
Yeah.
We're built to go through chaos.
Yeah, but I just think, I think it was a good time for us to say, hey, you know what, let's create this channel. Everybody talks about it, and I just want to give that appearance. We always tell everybody, it's
not perfect.
It's not perfect, right? It's definitely not perfect.
No way ever perfect. Close to it sometimes, but never ever
No.
perfect.
You know what the funny thing is it's weird, when we moved from apartments to a house,
Yes.
then, certain people get this impression that, well, you're doing well and you're rich or whatever. And
That's not the fact.
that's not the case.
No.
Yeah. I don't know why some people think that. That's not.
You just have more room when you have a house.
Yeah, sure.
You have some of the same bills.
But we have bills, yeah, and you have the struggles, and
rent is like mortgage.
yeah, and sometimes you make the mistakes and you overutilize credit cards, and now you're paying a lot of money into the credit cards, and you're trying to balance everything. But I think that's what this channel is, to give you real life scenarios, and you could say to yourselves, hey, they're doing it, they're in those struggles, and they're in those struggles right now. I think right now, an example is, the lease was up on my car, and I decided to keep the car because if I was to go and lease again, I would have to give a larger deposit, and the monthly payment would be high.
Higher than what you were paying. Yes.
So I decided just recently, just a week ago, to, you know what, I'm going to buy the car out. Well, not out, but I went to the bank and got a new loan and stuff like that to finish paying off the car. There's pluses and minuses of that. We could definitely go into that, but so
you got to be smarter.
I think it's just to paint that picture that, a lot of YouTube channels are, hey, everything's fine and everybody's hustling and there's no hiccups, and
there's always hiccups.
Yeah.
Some people don't like to talk about the
right.
hiccups.
I think having a channel like
everything is perfect.
Right. I think having this channel, hopefully, is to come across that we're real.
Yes.
There's going to be good days and bad days, and you can hear me coughing. I'm not going to be like, hey, we're not filming today because, I got a cough. I mean, I think it's to show the realness of it.
Yes.
And that's the plus side that we want to bring across.
We want to bring across, yes.
So definitely, as you watching these videos, hit the like, subscribe, definitely comment, and, tell me your stories. Ask your questions. Definitely ask your questions. Yeah.
We'll answer them.
We'll try to answer them and take some.
To the best of our knowledge.
Right. Well, some of them we'll answer in the comments, and some of them we'll just bring it right to the video and, give our 2 cents in it. I think that's the best I could say is just, give an opinion, and just, if you're out there right now and it's a struggle, everybody's struggling. It doesn't matter how it looks. Just because someone looks like it, everybody's struggling in the back end,
It's like social media. It's not always real what you see.
Yeah. It's,
But sometimes you want to see the real, or sometimes you want to know about it. There are people out there that want to know the real stuff.
Right.
Not all.
And I think that's what happens. That's why we talked about creating a channel. Is we get that a lot.
Yes.
You know, wow, you guys are 30 years together and your kids are great and amazing. And
No, they're not.
no, they give us issues
us
and they give us a
issues.
heartache and stuff like that.
Yeah, they have attitudes.
And, you know,
they give us issues.
They'll like, oh, you guys went out. Okay, we did, but we didn't. You know, you saw. You know, if you saw a photo of me taking a photo of our 2 glasses of our drinks, maybe we just had 1 or 2 rounds. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we probably spent $60. Mm-hmm. And in their view, they probably thinking, oh, they went out and they went into the city. They spent 100, 150. You have to pick and choose those battles of where you're going to spend your money at. You know, I think that's we'll definitely get into, you know, the process of how we went from studio to 1 bedroom to 2 bedrooms to buying a house. You know, what I do for a living. You know, what she does. Yep. And even, you know, I'll even talk about like salary range, and you know, some people are gonna say, well, that's a lot of money. It is. I think, you know, I think a common mistake people do is sometimes, like my iPhone. I'll give an example, and I'm not gonna stretch it out. Is I have a 3-year-old iPhone. Mm-hmm. You know,
usually I have the more updated version because
every 2 years,
take photos more.
I mean, mine should go to 3 to 4 years. Yes. I mean, if it does the job, it does the job, and that's it. You know, where hers is like every 2 years.
Every 2 years.
And
but that's because I'm the one that takes photos.
Yeah, we have a son that's like just into his 20s, and he's like me. You know, he has an iPhone, but he doesn't ask for a new one.
Not flashy.
His is about 3 years old. Mm-hmm. So we try to teach the kids those type of values and stuff like that. But they're gonna make mistakes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So again, you know, like, subscribe, comment below, ask the questions. And,
get to know us.
Get to know us.
We are very interesting and funny.
Yeah.
Well, he's more funny. I'm interesting.
Yeah, but it works. The chemical flow works and stuff like that.
It works.
Yeah, so definitely look out for the next episode. And see you guys out there in the internet world.
Bye.
Take care, everyone. Bye.